Schneider, and my name's Matty Light on most forums. You might see me. And this is the Hollywood cruz-in. Porsches, 914s, 911s, mostly, and anything else Porsche related. All welcome. All walks.
What did you bring today, man?
So today I have here a 1979 930 turbo, long tail. And it's got a little engine work, not too much. Try to keep it stock, try to keep the insurance people happy, you know. And you know, it's just a blast to drive, you know. Got only 4 gears, and it's a cruiser, you know. It's a cruiser, especially for LA. When you want an automatic, this might be the closest thing to an automatic you might get.
Really?
For a manual.
What do you love about the car?
I love that it is a daily driver. It is a complete comfort powerhouse. If I was around in 1979 driving this car brand new, I would have been the big shot. I would have been the big shot, you know. And what's cool about this car today is the fact that although it's still a head turner, you can still cruise down Sunset Boulevard with the top down. I got the sunroof, I got the windows down, and blasting the radio, and I'm cruising in 3rd, 4th gear, you know? It's so fun, it's so fun.
I'm David Abramowitz, and I brought a 59 VW Ragtop. And I'm just finishing up restoring it.
Tell me a little bit of history. I heard there's a little history behind this car.
Yeah, it came from an East Coast car. It was rusty, and I took the car all apart and had the car painted, and redid the interior, and came stock with a 36 horsepower motor. And I put a Porsche 912 motor in it, and 4-wheel disc brakes, and put a high-performance transmission with freeway gears, and it's a lot of fun.
Freeway gears? Wow.
That way you can drive on the freeway and go 80, 90 miles an hour.
Now, Dave, how often do you drive this car?
It's a weekend car. It's a fun car for Sundays.
Now, do you own any other classic cars?
I do.
What do you have?
I've got a 58 356 Porsche Coupe. It's an orange car, beautifully restored, and I have a 68 Porsche Targa soft top. And those are my classic cars.
Hey, how you doing? I'm Jim. I own a 71 914-6. Had it for about 4 years now.
You have another 914 though, right?
A black 70 914-6 too. I purchased about a year and a half ago.
Are they original 6?
Originals.
Wow. So you belong to that crowd, huh? The 6 crowd.
I used to own 3 6s back in the 70s.
Wow.
Now I'm looking for something to play with, so I started getting back into it and just purchased these two, the black one and the tangerine one, in the last few years.
What's the allure of the 914? You like the 914? Why?
Because they're so unique, not too many around. Plus, you know, I kind of want to go back to, you know, the old childhood when I had these cars. You know, have a little bit of time now to play around with them.
Good. Are you married?
Yes.
Okay. I'm asking this question to all the married folks. What's the wife's attitude with the passion that you have with cars?
Well, as long as you don't tell them how much you paid for them, you're okay. So they think they're old cars and they're not that expensive. Little do they know, huh?
Good.
My name's Rob, and I have a 73 914. So it's still fuel injected. So my goal for my car is to keep it pretty much a survivor. Working on a 2-liter currently, and it's a lot of fun.
So in your regular day in, day out, days or weeks, how much time do you spend either working or surfing the net on anything about your car?
Probably daily. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. Meet a lot of fun people, but it is an obsession for sure.
Are you married?
Oh yeah.
So, what's your wife's attitude towards you and your car?
She knows I'm married to it. It's the other woman in the family, and she came out here just to make sure that we're good.
Great. Now, you already mentioned what your plans for the car, but how long have you owned your car?
About 5 years. Yeah.
Now, is that your first Porsche, second Porsche?
No, I've had other cars actually. I was into Volkswagens previously, so I went the full gamut. I used to have a Cowlick Buzz. It had a big 2-liter in it, Type 1, and then I get rid of that. But always saw one back in the 70s. I worked across the street from Rusnap Porsche Audi, and I first saw a sky blue 6 pull out of the parking lot. I said, I want that car.
Marty Schneider, black 914 6 GT bi-turbo, and 79 US version 930 turbo, single turbo. Just here in Hollywood, having a bunch of friends over for a little coffee and tacos. If you guys haven't been here, you should check it out. About 4 times a year. And at the next event, we're going to issue a signature T-shirt that will be handed to the first 50 arrivals, and then they're for sale at our Ruthless catalog online. And do you want to ask me anything about the cars?
Yeah. Now, how long or how did this come about? This event.
This event came about from the sheer necessity of fine-tuning cars and coffees. In LA, we have the Peterson Museum, which is a great show. It's once a month at the end of the month on a Sunday. We have Supercar Sundays at Topanga, which is every Sunday. Today is the Porsche Mark. And as you can see, we're not too short on Porsches here in Hollywood. And I've given them the gauntlet to come here after their show closes to enjoy. We like to have people happy, all sorts of 911s, 914s, anything Porsche can come. The olive branch is set out on all forums way ahead of time. We feed you. We have Senor Herrera cooking up the Puebla-style grill, all complimentary, served by MSDS and the Plaza Management. Hot Starbucks. We have the ice cream open today as well, because it's going to be 80 degrees. And the event came about out of necessity. Basically, a lot of people wanted something different. And me being a big eater, I like to have food when I go to a Cars and Coffee. And when they run out of coffee, that's it. When they start cutting the donuts in half, that's it. So why not eat well, drink well, and see good people? So
this is cars, coffee, and tacos.
Cars, coffees, tacos, and good times.
What? Tell me a little bit about you. Like, how did you get started into cars? It doesn't have to be Porsche, just in general.
My mom tells me I would push little Hot Wheels on the linoleum floor in the kitchen when I was 2 years old. And I like to watch them do, I guess today you'd call them doing donuts. I used to spin the Hot Wheels, and I used to draw very early on. My background in graphic arts. Got tired of my desk job at Prudential Insurance in '74, and I started just drawing pieces of parts that I'd like to put on cars. Used to drag race at Lions Drag Strip in a Camaro. Gave that up because there was no fun going for 1,300 feet. So I wanted to get into the squirrelies. Joined the POC in '75, and they got me into road racing. And I bought my first 914 in '74, and then I modified in '75 for more speed, more handling. And the parts I used to make basically supported enough to get a small little shop in Culver City. That's morphed into a shop in San Gabriel. That's morphed into a shop in Glendale, which I'm at now at 6,000 feet. And we just pump out products for all sorts of private label companies now. The Porsche thing's a sideline, actually, but you can't get rich making parts for those cars.
Really?
competing with the international Pacific Rim people. Let's just say that.
Great.
You research and develop, and they come in and reverse engineer. So, but build a lot of trick cars. Have a lot of good friends in the club. Go to different events, historic racing, of course, Laguna Seca up the coast, and California Adventurous Speed at AAA Speedway in Fontana is good. But basically a car jockey, gearhead, whatever you call it. Son got into it. He brought our other car here today, and just continue to innovate, manufacture, and the doors stay open, like I said, with the private label manufacturing.
Okay, so you mentioned you had a son. One of the questions, are you married?
Yes.
Okay. How's the wife's attitude with your love of these cars as far as time? And
being born into California, born and raised here in Hollywood, you're in car culture if you want it or not. I mean, if a rock falls on you, you know where gravity comes from. So being hit with car culture young, and going through auto shop, which I'm still pretty tight with my auto shop teacher from back then, and we still talk. And my wife, she's okay with the cars as long as I give her enough garage space for her stuff, right? So I've got the secret garage at work that nobody goes into but my son and myself. And she'll venture in there sometimes and tell me how much money I'm throwing away.
Okay. On the 914, question I'm asking everybody: top on, top off?
Good days, top off. Never sees the rain, so I wouldn't know about bad days. But I like to show off the cage work, so I keep the top off. My son loved the top on, so when he drives it, the top goes on. When I drive it, the top stays off. But it is what it is. It's no bad weather in California, really. Today, the top would be on to keep the ash from falling on it from the fire up in the San Gabriel.
Yeah. On the 914 World, what's your avatar?
Maltese Falcon.
Thank you, sir.
Pleasure.
Appreciate it.
Come to the next one.
Yep.